Hi Libra, it's Lynn from DevineCentral. I am here with your April 2023 tarot reading. I'm going to pull a card in various aspects of your life. We'll take a look and see what guidance the cards have for you for the month of April. Okay, I am using the Star Tarot today. This is a deck I purchased strictly because of the artwork. It was absolutely stunning. Problem is the deck is like super big, super thick, super coated, and almost impossible to shuffle. It's more of a hand over hand and then piles hand over hand type of thing. I've already done the shuffling, so let's go ahead and switch cameras and get started. We have work, finances, we have personal relationship or love life, friends, family, social, and personal growth or development, be it emotional, physical, or spiritual. Then we'll ask Spirit for a little last bit of advice to kind of summarize the month of April. So we start off with the Six of Wands for work. You know, it's a time to accept whatever praises and accolades that you can get at work. If you've done a good job, even if they don't say so, at least they recognize it. They know that you have value and your input has value. And sometimes we come up with some wonderful ideas, and maybe another employee might take that and run with it, and they end up getting the accolades and the thunder instead of us. But as long as we know and we value ourselves, then we can always just pat ourselves on the back. But I think this might be the month for a little bit of recognition for you for some of the work that you've been doing. Lord knows they don't give it to us enough, do they? Just make sure that you value yourself first. Okay, so for business, we have, this is finances. We have the Nine of Wands. I got to tell you, this card, I saw this card come up and it reminds me so much of one of my family members, just constantly beating himself up, constantly putting money away, constantly worried that there's never enough to put away, and constantly comparing the current amount to the goal that he has set. And he keeps moving the goal post, and therefore he's just never feels like he's getting ahead. And I just feel really bad because he just feels, beaten and battered and bruised by it. And it's really wearing on him, and it's kind of taking the joy out of the rest of life. In this particular card, it's interesting because you have the two wolves perched on either hip. And it reminds me of the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other, constantly having our ear. But I think that it also means that, we really need some kind of balance in our lives, and we can't constantly be worrying about money, or we're not going to be able to enjoy the other things in life. So I think that it's important to know what you're fighting for, know what you're putting money away for, and being able to see that picture down the road, so you're not feeling the everyday heebie-jeebies of worrying about whether or not you have enough. Because really, we all have enough. We're all going to make it. And sometimes enough is just enough. We don't have to have it all in order to have a good life. So quit worrying so much about it. Make a plan and make a long-term plan, so you can take your concerns and kick the can down the road a little bit. As far as your personal life goes, we have the Four of Pentacles. This card is a repeater. It's coming up in almost all my readings this month. The nice thing about a relationship and how we define a relationship with somebody very near and dear to us is really by the success comes from how we feel securely, and the safety and the security that we feel, and the boundaries that surround that relationship. And in this card, you can see that the boundaries are really holding tight this safety and security, the swan, the sun, everything feels good. It feels right. But, threes allow us to expand. It allows us our creativity, to expand our horizons, to expand our boundaries. And so we have to, we can't get stuck in the fours. And even though it's the stability that we need and love, if those boundaries don't ever move, then we don't ever grow as a couple. And so it's that balance that we need, and the and not staying in the same place for long periods of time. So, work with your significant other and try to expand those boundaries and grow them so that you guys can experience life and growth together. All right, so for the friends, family, and social life, we have the Ace of Swords. And I'm getting the distinct feeling that for some of you this month, there is going to be, I don't know, it's like a sense of superiority for something. Now, within your friends and family, maybe somebody is going through something and you don't like to see them go through it, but you know darn well that the situation's pretty much black and white. What are they dramatizing? Why are they going through this? Why can they not see the writing on the wall? That is what lends to a little bit of superiority on our part. We're very clear. We can see things clearly. We're very smart. We're very analytical. We can cut through all the red tape and say, hey, black and white, this is what it is. But not everybody has that ability. And so when we start pushing on them and start questioning why they're not seeing the clarity, then that's kind of where that whole superiority thing comes in. So I think it's really important this month that we share our knowledge, and we try to share the perspective that we have. I think that they would appreciate that, but doing it in a way that's not really that pushy. Okay, so don't push this month on these relationships. It'll alienate people. So what is our personal growth card? Well, it's the King of Cups. And this is somebody who is a master of emotion. This is somebody that's saying that you have control over your emotions, and you can empathize and sympathize and feel what other people feel, but you can do it in a way that's controlled. And I think that lends hand in hand with this Ace of Swords, having the clarity and knowing it, and then knowing how to present it in a loving and caring and compassionate way. This guy's a problem solver. He just solves problems differently than the Ace of Swords. This is somebody who can solve things calmly and without emotion, and in a way that makes people feel like they're valued and they're not being put upon by your opinions. So I think this is a time for us this month to be able to practice that compassion. Now, it doesn't even have to be all about family. It could just be standing in the line at the grocery store and having the checkout person having a bad day and might snap at us, and instead of snapping back, or that is too on sale, here's the damn coupon. Instead of doing that, it's like taking a deep breath and saying, how can I resolve this situation in a compassionate way, or in a calmer, softer way? That would be the King of Cups. So what say you, Spirit? What's the last word? Justice. Justice, we don't always get our way, do we? When I see this card, especially this particular one in this deck, you can see you've got a lot of water, a lot of energy flowing into one pool. I mean that, anytime water falls over the falls, it's pretty violent, it's pretty active, but then it calms down into a pool that's much calmer and much more easy to deal with, I guess. So I'm not sure what I'm trying to say here. I'm just trying to say that we don't always get our way. Things don't always go the way we plan, but eventually things do come down to a calmer situation. And we just have to accept the fact that there's going to be times when, we just have to let things be, kind of like with the finances and the injustices, the little minor injustices that we get at work when somebody might steal our ideas. We just have to be, we just have to go with the flow. Everything that goes around comes around. And so if you're calmer and you give people a little bit more compassion, and you work on the things that you can work on, justice will come your way. Karma will come your way. I hope that works for some people this month. I wish you a very happy April. Please at least like the video so that other people can see it. Look for a lot of new videos coming out in the last month and the next few, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.